Thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a comment, and please think about subscribing. And hey, remember, watching just 30 seconds of an ad helps us creators more than you know. You're awesome. Have an amazing day. Let's begin.
My boyfriend's baby mama is stalking me and tried to get me fired. She even had her friends jump me. I pressed charges. He wants me to think of the kids. Original post from a throwaway account. I, 20F, don't even know how to write this without sounding completely unhinged, but I promise this is all true. I've been with my boyfriend, 29M, for just under 2 years. He has 2 kids from a previous relationship with a woman I'll call Tasha. I knew going in that there'd be some baggage, co-parenting, shared holidays, all that, but nothing prepared me for this. Tasha is not just bitter or petty, she is obsessed. Obsessively jealous. Obsessively fixated on me. From the beginning, I could feel her watching my every move through social media. She'd like old pictures, comment on my posts with passive-aggressive emojis, and once DM'd me something like, "Enjoy him while you can." I always get what's mine. I laughed it off at first. I'm not laughing anymore. I believe she may be unstable. That's the kindest way I can put it. I would never want to diagnose anyone with a mental disorder, but she's very violent and unpredictable. Let me give you a couple of examples of what I mean. There have been many times when Tasha has shown up at our apartment uninvited without having the kids with her. She never has any legitimate reason to be there. She just shows up in a full-on rage. She'll bang on the front door, scream my name, tell me to come out so she can beat my fake ass. She's called me a homewrecker and a side chick, even though my boyfriend and I got together months after they broke up. I've started keeping the blinds closed and avoiding the front of the house altogether. But it's not just the house visits. She's shown up at my job, my literal place of work, and tried to get me fired. I work as an assistant manager at a popular retail chain. Once, she came in pretending to be a customer. She ignored every associate asking her if she needed any help and made a beeline in my direction. At first, she genuinely seemed like she was interested in buying something. She was smiling the whole time during our interaction. She was even asking questions about different styles and which way the fitting rooms were. Then like a light switch she suddenly flipped and started yelling about how I was stealing her man and her family. Security quickly rushed over and escorted her out of the store. I was mortified. I was called in by my higher-ups and reprimanded for bringing my personal life and drama onto the floor. I also got written up. After that embarrassing scene, a few days later she began new tactic to mess with my employment. She started calling HR anonymously and filing complaints about me being inappropriate with male customers and that I was sleeping with my boss during work hours. She has left over a dozen messages, each viler than the last. When the store manager let me listen to the messages, I knew her voice immediately. To smooth things over, I had to tell them that I was been stalked and harassed. I told them that I would look into getting a restraining order, but in the meantime, they informed me I'm on probation, which means less hours, until further notice while they do their own investigation. I bet you're thinking it couldn't get any worse than that. Well, you'd be wrong. If the job harassment wasn't enough, I've discovered that she has been sending my boyfriend inappropriate pictures. I'm talking full-blown explicit pictures and videos. Unsolicited. And she'll follow up with texts like, "You know I'm better than her. You miss this." He shows me sometimes to prove he's not hiding anything, but honestly, I hate that he's even seeing them. He just sighs, deletes them, blocks her, and then she texts from another number. I wish I could say that was the worst of it, but no. A few weeks ago, I was out at a club with a few friends, just trying to unwind after a long week of work. First, a little context. My friends and I were posting pictures and vlogging all night. I failed to notice my location was tagged in a story I posted. Nothing I would think twice about, but when you have a stalker, it's a rookie mistake. I left the club feeling good. I was halfway to my Uber pickup when Tasha and 3 others appeared from nowhere. All 4 women proceeded to jump me. I didn't even see it coming. They must have been waiting and followed me after I left. One pulled my hair, another punched me in the jaw, and I remember being on the ground curled up while feet were coming at me from every direction. They left when someone started recording and another person screamed. They were calling the cops. I ended up in the ER with a mild concussion, a fractured wrist, and bruises all over my ribs and face. I pressed charges immediately. She got arrested, but she was out less than 24 hours later. My boyfriend stayed by me the entire time. He even cried while holding my hand, promising to make it right, but then he says something that shocked me. "Babe, I hate this, I do. But please, think of the kids. If she goes to jail, they won't have a mother." I looked at him in disgust. I wanted to scream. What about me? I'm the one who got jumped. I'm the one scared to walk alone. He kept telling me to be the bigger person, and that he doesn't want to escalate things. It's easy for him to say, he's not the one being tormented. I told him I would think about it. I honestly didn't want to traumatize the kids, but I deserved peace, and I don't think I will get any until she's out of my life, even if it's temporary. When I was finally released from the hospital, we came outside to find all 4 of my tires slashed. The icing on the cake, someone had also keyed my car and spelled out the word "scary hoe" on my hood. I didn't even react, I was completely numb. My boyfriend apologized profusely. He told me he would pay to get it all fixed. He told me just to stay calm, and he would handle it. But of course, nothing he did ever changed a thing. In the meantime, I've been home recovering. Luckily the damage wasn't too severe, but I'm incredibly sore. While I've been recuperating, I've been bombarded by DM after DM from Tasha and her friends. All of whom I've deducted have no lives of their own. Some of the DMs mock my injuries, some are pointed insults, but the most frightening are the threats. Tasha has already proven she's capable of violence. Who's to say she wouldn't escalate to permanently taking me out? I'm genuinely terrified about what she would do next. I went on a blocking spree, blocked her on every account I could think of. But just as quickly as I would block her, she would create another account, or she would use her friends' profiles. It was never ending. One fake account messaged me last week and its content chilled me. The message was a recent picture of me shopping at my local grocery store and it read, "Mighty brave of you to be out alone. You're lucky this store has security guards." This was the final straw. I was done with this cycle. While I hadn't made up my mind about pressing assault charges, I could get the ball rolling on a no-contact order. I had a mountain of evidence, countless texts, voice messages, Ring camera footage, and witness statements from my job. This is not how my life is supposed to be. I'm not used to the constant angst. I'm not used to feeling alone, feeling worthless, and jumping out of my skin at every noise outside. Tasha has made it so that I'm afraid to leave our apartment, and I can't even look at my boyfriend without a wave of disappointment washing over me. He isn't protecting me. He's so busy trying to keep the peace he doesn't see me drowning. I went to the police station when I was completely healed and filed my complaint. I was fortunate to receive a temporary restraining order. When I arrived home and told my boyfriend, he was furious with me. We got into a huge fight. He said I went behind his back and all this police stuff was just going to make things worse. He said that if Tasha went to jail, who would take the kids? I pointed out that he could take them and he accused me of trying to dictate his life. He screamed at me, why couldn't I just ignore her? He said it was really weak of me to let her get to me. He said that she'll get bored eventually. It's been 8 months. What the hell is he talking about? She's not getting bored. She's getting bolder. Reddit, I'm so tired. I'm so scared. And I'm so confused. Every time I say I'm done, he cries. He begs. He promises he's close to filing for custody, cutting her off, handling it. I've been hearing the same lines for so long. I love him. He's my first real boyfriend. He cooks. He cleans. He spoils me. He's affectionate and funny and strong. I've never felt this kind of connection before. If Tasha didn't exist, I think I'd be marrying this man. But she does exist. And she's ruining my life. I can't go on like this. My mother suggested maybe arming myself. I'm actually seriously considering it. She told me if my man wasn't going to take care of things, I would have to be proactive. So Reddit, what do you think? What would you do? Top comments, user/safety first always, girl. This is abuse by proxy. She's attacking you, and your boyfriend is letting it happen. His passiveness is part of the problem. If he doesn't take legal steps to protect you, then he's not protecting you, period. User/broken to brave, you've described multiple felonies and your boyfriend's response is think of the kids? You almost got killed. Do not die for someone else's broken co-parenting dynamic. User/been there wore the scars, I had a similar ex situation. It never gets better. Please leave before she takes something you can't get back, like your peace of mind, your job, or your life. User/sleepless survivor, this is not baby mama drama. This is a domestic violence situation. You need to get far away and involve professionals. Restraining order. Lawyer. Therapist. Move in silence. Update, 3 weeks later I finally did it. After another night of tears and feeling like I was slowly losing myself, I packed a suitcase while my boyfriend was at work, called an Uber, and left. I'm staying with my cousin in another part of town. I didn't tell anyone where I was going, not even boyfriend. The day I left, I also got the news that I could move forward on a non-temporary restraining order. Tasha never left me alone even after receiving notice about the order. If anything, she got worse. I've also decided I will be going forward with the assault charges. The kids will be unfortunate casualties, but I can only hope they have a supportive network to keep them strong. Tasha needs to face the consequences, no more slaps on the wrist. Maybe just maybe it will be the wake-up call she needs. My boyfriend has been blowing up my phone ever since he got home and found out I left. Dozens of calls, voicemails, and texts. He cried. He begged. He swore this was the wake-up call he needed. He said he'd start custody paperwork immediately, get her out of the picture, go to therapy, anything. But all I could say was, why now? Why only when I finally left? Tasha did show up at my cousin's place once. How she found me I don't know. We called the police immediately. That added another charge to her growing list. My cousin has since installed cameras. I told my job of the escalation with Tasha. I showed them the paperwork from the police and the courts. Now they truly understand my situation and they've been incredibly supportive. I started therapy last week. I finally told my mom everything. I'm sleeping a little better. Eating a little better. I still love him, but I love myself more now. After a few sessions, I finally feel like I'm just starting to come back to life. To anyone reading this, if your partner is the perfect man, except for the violent stalker he brought into your life and refuses to stand up to, then he's not the perfect man. Do yourself a favor and reconsider your options. There are plenty of fishes in the sea.